All right, 3, 2, and 1. We are live. Happy Wednesday, guys. I just need to let you know I will be talking a little bit lighter today as my throat has been a bit on the uncertain side. So, what are we talking about today? I want to let you know we did an amazing interview, myself and Ms.Cherryl from Sumo Clean. You might wonder, how is that someone who is doing an interview? Well, she is somebody who's all about mindset reset work, about relieving anxiety, negative emotions, negative thinking. And she supports her followers by giving them information of the same. So we did an interview and answered quite a few questions, and I want to make sure that you get this information out to others. So I wanted to announce it today and just kind of go over a couple of those questions as well. Now, go down to the bottom, hit your share, get this information out there to other people so they can see what's possible for them. Oftentimes people think that this is just something they have to deal with. It's just part of life. Well, guys, it doesn't have to be something you just deal with. Yes, it is part of life. However, it could be a healthy, happier, exciting part of life. Learning how to understand what your negative emotions and negative thoughts are there for. We're often told to work through them, get over them, learn coping techniques and positive affirmations and all those things, which is great. However, we're not taught about decluttering and cleaning up those negative thoughts, which help you then with the negative emotions, checking in with how your body's feeling, helping you to kind of clean that stuff out. If we're stacking on top of it, think about it like this. You've got a pet, they use the potty pads or newspaper, and you're like, oh, yeah, we need some, that's getting all filled, so we need to get some new, right? So instead, you only get new newspaper, or you only get a new pee pad, and you put it right on top of that dirty one. And it looks clean, right? Nobody will know at first, maybe, but it's still going to smell. It's still going to make a bigger mess. And before you know it, you keep doing that, and it's just like, ew, now it's stuck to the floor. Now it's smeared and spread, and this smell. And that's actually kind of how it works within our emotions and our thinking, right? We have an experience that happens, it's not cleaned up, we push it aside or compartmentalize, and we think that compartmentalizing means, well, I put it over there and now it's done. That was my coping. But unfortunately, the mess is still there, the smell is still there, the residual that it's going to have is still there. And so the idea is for you to be able to see you do not have to be stuck with that. That mess doesn't have to be there, and it's not as bad as you think to clean it up, right? If you think about, oh man, there's all these years of stink and ugh and ook. What if you have the best type of cleaner that's just going to get it right out? The same thing works as you're practicing different tools and techniques. And I have various blueprints that you're able to practice step by step. A lot of times people give you advice, but they don't show you how, right? Or they may tell you how, but they don't walk you through, how do I implement this? So as you're learning these tools, you're not just getting advice, but you're actually seeing step by step what you would need to do. You're being able to learn how to walk through it, and then techniques of what you can do to practice on your own, then having accountability, one, to make sure you do it, two, to make sure that you've done it in a way that's beneficial for you, because sometimes we try to take something on and we've got our own defense mechanisms that are up. So we mess it up, we're rude about it, we say the wrong things, we self-sabotage, and we make a bigger mess without meaning to, right? That's like going in there and trying to clean it up, but instead of cleaning it up with gloves and a trash bag, we're cleaning it up with like a hammer and a shovel, right? We're making a mess, or making everything messy, or getting it everywhere, and it's just like, okay, I'm trying to get that. Well, no, those aren't the right tools. Doesn't mean you couldn't do it if you had the right tools. It just means you're not using the right tools. And so then you have to get the right tools, and then you're like, well, I've never used these tools before. What do I do? How do I do it? Now I've got the right tools, and then I've got this cleaner, but instead of taking the lid off, I'm beating it with a bottle, right? Now that seems so common sense, but when you're trying to do stuff with your thoughts and your emotions and communications and conflict and stuff that gets you in this space of your mind can't think, your body can't respond. Your thoughts come into overprotection, which our overprotection techniques are not the healthiest if we haven't learned. And so now we're just making a bigger mess of that, right? And so the idea is to help yourself to realize it's okay. That's normal. If I told you, let's say you never dealt with bread in your life, and I say, open that bread. You take the bag right in the middle and you rip it open. You don't know what the twist tie is for. You don't know that it's supposed to reopen again. What if I say, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You've never seen a jar before. You don't know the lid twists off. And so you have a knife and you're trying to cut open the peanut butter jar. And the jelly, you're like, jelly, who eats jelly? What is this? This isn't even food, right? So being able to understand that there's things that you haven't experienced before doesn't mean that you're not smart, doesn't mean you don't know how to do it, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means you have never been brought to experience them in such a way before. You've never been told how to understand them, how to work with them, how to deal with them when you're in a new situation that feels like conflict, that feels like frustration, that feels unsafe. The body's going to go into automatic fight or flight mode, which also means your blood pressure is going to go up. It also means that your heartbeat's going to get faster. It also means you're going to be breathing faster. You're not going to be thinking to the best of your ability because you can't. It's not even possible with all of that going on with your nervous system. So we actually take a look at how to calm the nervous system in the midst of these things, practicing these things, helping yourself to hear it out so you can go, oh, no wonder it's been a problem. I've been responding like this and like this and like this. Oh my gosh. So I can respond like this and like this and like this. Oh, okay. And so then it also calms your nervous system because you now have new information, you have new tools, new facts, new ways of doing it. You have it already role played out. So you know, okay, well, if I said this, this, and this, what if they said this, this, and this? Okay, I've got responses to all of that. So no matter what they say, no matter what direction it goes in, it's going to feel safe for me, and I'm going to help it to feel safe for them. This feels great. Yeah. So when I was doing this interview with Cheryl, we were walking through those things and we were able to take a look at how to do that. We were also able to take a look at what is the subconscious mind? What does that even mean? Right. And so actually what I want to do is I want to share with you the information so you could look this up. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I want you to look it up and I want you to listen to it yourself so you can actually get this information. You can find it on my page. You can also find it on Sumo Clean, and I just want to give her a shout out because she's the one who put this interview together. This is her page. It's so fun. I love her post, and that's how we connected because she's really great with talking about support and sharing this with her folks. And so you can see she was actually announcing this on May 10th, but I'm going to go to where the information is at. And I'm also going to drop it. You're going to see this information in my post as well, right? But you're going to be able to see this on her page. I'm going to go to it right now so you can see it. And I'm going to put this link in here too. You're going to be able to scroll down and listen to the whole thing. So please do that. I'm going to drop it here in the chat so you'll be able to see it. Comments. There we go. So take a look for it in the comments. One of the things that I thought was really amazing was she was actually noticing her own thoughts. And this is where I thought she was being very transparent. And I love that. I'm also very transparent about things. Is she was taking a look at subconscious mind. And she's like, yeah, I actually feel nervous about the subconscious mind. Like, what does it mean exactly? What is it? Guys, if we're in the unknown, the mind and the body is automatically going to be hesitant and reluctant. And if we've been shown that it's scary, which we have, right? Even on cartoons, right? Even on Inside Out, it's shown as this dark, scary place. Think of your subconscious mind as just where you hold all of your information. It's your file cabinets. Yes, it might be a little dusty and some old stuff is in there that's running and it's running on automatic. So it's helping you to create some self-sabotage. But we can go in there and clean it up just like you're going into the attic or the basement. We're bringing a whole bunch of lights. We're bringing all the cleaning that you need, all the tools that you need, and we're cleaning out the stuff that you don't need giving it time and attention so you can go, oh, okay, so I could see why that's there. Okay, great. So I'm putting myself in a place I'm ready to release that and let that go because it's no longer supporting me. Cool. I'm either giving that away or just releasing it, right? Allowing yourself just to go, okay, cool, I can let it go. Or we can give it into this space of allowing ourselves like a bonfire, putting it into the fire and saying, thank you for your support. I release you and I let you go. So the subconscious mind is not scary. It's just holding on to some beliefs, right? It holds on to all of your truths and all of your beliefs, all of your data. And some of it you've placed in there is not true. But there's a part, like if you think it's called a critical factor, if you think about it like a pit bull or a bulldog that protects everything that's in there, it doesn't know better. It's there to protect. And so anytime you go to change it, it's like, no, this is in here to protect me. You're not getting in here. No. But when you do changes, that helps that critical factor be in a place of relaxation with new information, new understanding, new tools that go, oh, okay, I can bring this in and at the same time release that out. When you're bringing in such deep levels of understanding and peace and joy, the subconscious mind, that critical factor, can release the old information because it can trust what's coming in. And because that's coming in, there needs to be some room so that can clean out. A lot of times people say, positive affirmation, get those positive thoughts, but if you're just stacking that old, the new newspaper or the new pea pads on top of the old, that doesn't really help you to be able to use the new properly. So it's important that we give that other attention and declutter that out of the mind as you go through these experiences. And so it's just important that you allow yourself the same thing. So do take a look at this interview that I did with Cheryl. Take a look at these questions. You'll see these questions here. I'll post them again for you. I'll post the link again for you. And do go in there, watch them, and give me your feedback. Let me know your thoughts, your questions, anything on top of that. And if you're like, I love this, I totally love this, and I want more, then you can also get a free breakthrough call with me, and we can book time and set up your roadmap of what that would look like. We could take a look at some breakthrough, right, information of like, whoa, I didn't realize that's where that was coming from, or I didn't realize these simple steps could get me there. Now, again, although they're simple, if you haven't done them before, they need practice and support, just like riding a bike, right? Most people cannot get on a bike and just ride it. They're going to have to wibble wobble and may need help holding it up. They may need some ideas of, hey, don't go down the street, or hey, go this way, you don't have to stop as much, or hey, go this way, there's not as many turns and things like that. So this is the exact same thing, only with the mind. So allow yourself to take a look at this. It won't take you long. You could even, as you're watching it, you can come right over here and you can download it. You can do a different change on the playback speed, so you can even listen to it a little faster, like on a 1.5 if you'd like. So you'll get through it in half the time, well, a quarter of, 3/4 of the time, but if you did it on the playback of 2, then you can do it double time. However, I do talk a little fast. You may not be able to do that, but you also have the download, so you can listen to it at any time. Put it on your phone. Make sure you listen to it. This isn't just a, oh, this is great information. These are tools for you to be able to practice. These are the beginning pieces of your blueprint to make these changes in your life. All right, you guys. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm always wanting to support you in what you're doing, where you're going, allowing yourself to remove the anxiety, remove the negative thinking, remove the stress, remove the blocks, remove any conflict, remove any perfectionism, whatever's going on, so you can succeed in your personal and professional life, because you deserve it. I am here for you, for your personal as well as an entrepreneur. That is what I do. It's what I love. And you deserve to have it, because in the process, you are helping you are helping your family, you are helping the business community, and you're helping your community as a whole. I look forward to connecting with you. Again, my name is Tammy Workman-Lopez. My company is Sparks Hope, and know that you're loved. All right, you guys, big squishy hugs. You take care of you. Let me know what questions you have, because that helps me to know what topics I'm going to have for you for next week. Take care of yourselves and ciao for now. Bye, guys.